virus has completely devastated over 150 of the world's major regions and is spreading rapidly. At this point in time, we know of only one method of killing the creatures: destroy the brain. Be on the guard of any loved ones who may have recently been in any sort of contact with the infected. And if you find yourself
TDWPslaves.com, go check it out. We have some new songs on the way.
This is not a test. This is not a joke. We as a species are overwhelmed. We are outnumbered.
Hey guys, it's Jeff filling in for BVTV. I'm here with the Devil Wears Prada. How's it going, guys?
It's going good. How are you?
Great.
Good. All right. So right now you're on a headlining tour, Back to the Roots. What sets this tour apart from every other tour you've been on?
It's primarily all small venues. I don't know why you couldn't say that.
Well, Eric's hair is shorter, and I remembered it, so I got distracted.
I'm gonna blame ADHD, but it's primarily small venues. A lot of the shows, such as here in Sacramento, we're doing twice in the same city, one night after another, and yeah, it's meant to be something a lot more in your face thing as compared to the like House of Blues shows and the Barrier shows and all that. So okay. It's definitely completely different than most of our tours. Or at least like the A Market US tours, and it's been going over real well.
Yeah, it's just the venues we played when we were back in a van a few years ago. So,
how did you guys come up with the idea for this tour?
It was actually our booking agent's idea. He kind of came to us with it, and we really liked the idea. You know, we're not doing Warped Tour this summer. The last, I think, 3 years we've done festivals. We did Sounds of the Underground 1 year, and then did Warped Tour the last 2 years. So that's been our main thing. And so, you know, rather than try and do another big same old venues tour that we've done past whenever, he thought it'd be a cool idea if we did that, so we were down with it.
Okay. So since you guys on this tour, you guys are playing a lot of venues 2 or 3 days in a row. What sets it apart from two to 3 days in a row at a smaller venue compared to one night at a bigger venue? Which one do you guys prefer playing?
It's a little of each way. I really like the small shows, like 2 and 3 nights at the same place, because it's more intimate. We're closer, lesser people we're playing to every night, which just makes it an awesome show. Whereas the bigger shows, we can put on more production, have more room to run around, and sometimes possibly put on a bit better show. But I'd say I prefer the more intimate ones personally.
It's nice to have both. But yeah, like what he just said, as far as in one way you'll have someone right there in your face, you know, doing like, and it's got that feel, and then the other ones, it's like this huge stage with all these cool lights and stuff we brought out. So it's nice to have both. When we first started this tour, I was like, man, it feels good to be doing these small clubs. I think I like these better. But then as you go into it more, you're like, man, it'd be a lot easier to just be doing, you know, these huge, these you know, one show with a nice big green room and a toilet and showers and
mostly
air conditioning.
Toilet.
Maybe for you, I don't need a toilet that bad.
Well,
he's got
I have
irritable
issues.
bowel.
Okay.
Toilet ever.
Sensitive stomach. Sorry.
So do you guys prefer if you prefer the bigger tours, that means you guys have to travel a lot more. So do you like staying in the city for 2 or 3 nights in a row to play the same venue over?
Not when it's Detroit.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends. Like, we usually have fun no matter what we do. We go to movies and get out and do stuff, or just hang out on the bus. Like, it doesn't really affect us whether we're in a different city or the same city. You know, been touring the U.S. for the last 4 or 5 years, so we've pretty much seen every city, you know. But it's cool when we're in New York and home in Chicago and stuff like that to be able to go do cool stuff, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter.
Playing the same place back to back though makes the days drag on for sure.
Yeah.
Like, they seem forever now. So.
All right, guys. So the Zombie EP comes out in about a month. Do you guys have any music videos planned for any song on that EP?
Every single one has a different video, but they're all different concepts, not zombie related.
Yeah, one of the concepts is SeaWorld related.
One of them is actually Inception themed, but also has the Joker in it.
And one
for some reason
has all of us playing harmonicas together. So.
So there's not a video for any song on the Zombie EP.
Not at this point, no.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. We haven't really brought it up to the label because they haven't really brought it up to us. And usually when we do music videos, it's kind of us hounding for the money and everything because, you know, doing music videos, there's really not any money for it. You know, you dish out $15,000 to make a music video. And
see no return.
It's not like that sells, you know, or like people go buy it or anything like it. It's just a promotional tool, you know. And we've already put a lot of money into the EP, and the EP wasn't in our contract or anything. So everything that funded the EP was almost out of generosity because the label really didn't have to do any of it. So for me at least, like we haven't really asked because I don't want to push our luck. But when we do something, I want it, if we do, and I hope we do, I think it's in the cards, I want to do something that is just mind-blowing. Like, I'd like to get someone on board that isn't really a music video person, but a zombie film person, like Romero, and just make something a lot more zombie rather than some music video producer, like, trying to do an attempt, you know. And I don't know if that's possible, but I would like it to be.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick. All right, so we've actually had an opportunity to listen to the EP, and it sounds a little bit different than previous albums, a little bit more metal. What do you guys contribute that to?
I think that one of the reasons that Mike wanted to do it in the first place between him and Chris was that they wanted to be able to do some really fast, more metal songs. We always get categorized as different kinds of genres, especially like a screamo band or whatever, and we've never really considered ourselves that. I think if you listen to the songs, it's not really like emo or whatever at all. You know, we try and be more of a metal band, and just from fan base or whatever, get that kind of tagline. But this was really an opportunity to do more fast-paced, heavy, not so much thrash, but kind of influenced, where it's instead of, you know, the same monotonous metalcore, really go into some different parts. And the theme behind it really gave us an excuse to do that and not just be like, oh, here's the new Devil Wears Prada, this is what we are now. To be able to step outside of ourselves a little bit and just come in fresh, which is something we really haven't been able to do in the past. We've always been like, okay, well, we don't want to change the sound too much, or we want to do this or that, but we could really just go in and have Chris write some awesome metal songs and go and, you know, do stuff on top of that, which was cool.
Yeah, like if you look at it from our perspective, like if being like a metal bit, like a sort of metal band or whatever, when you think write zombie songs, you think evil, sinister, which is exactly what we tried to do. You don't think like more like rock oriented or more like
even
like,
hardcore based, really.
Yeah, you think like evil and thrashy, you know. And that's just like the zombie idea just seemed to match what we could produce musically really well, and we went with it.
All right, sounds good. You guys plan on carrying that sound into your next full-length album, or are you gonna?
I think we definitely
will.
will.
Absolutely. We it's weird. Like we've always meant to be heavier than what we turn out to be. I think. Like looking back at our older material, we're like, oh. But
yeah.
At the time, we were like, it never meant to be like screamo, like what he was saying. And I think with Roots Above definitely has parts, to me at least, that are just as heavy as Zombie EP parts. But the way it was recorded and put together, it was just all so... it came off as evil and sinister as we wanted it, and then the other material wasn't meant to, so it didn't come off that heavy. But I think we've done stuff that heavy before, and it's just that growing progression, and that will definitely carry from like a little bit in With Roots Above, a lot into Zombie, and then a lot into the full length.
I think it'll definitely be I think it'll be a mix of the zombie stuff and our real heavy stuff on With Roots Above. You know, not losing the melodic aspect, but the melody being a real minor, real dark, real sinister, like he said, sound. I think making that as best we can, you know, and with the longer process and everything, I think it'll be awesome. So.
Cool. Can we expect any of the songs from the Zombie EP on your next full-length album?
Oh, definitely not, no.
Okay. Do you guys have a title in mind for the next album you have coming out?
Inception, but Christopher Nolan stole it, so now we're back.
I actually have an idea for it, but I haven't told anybody in the band. Or did I tell you?
No. Well, you might have, but I forgot it probably.
I don't think I've told anybody, but I have an idea. It's going to be awesome.
Did you want to tell us?
I'll tell you. It's called Beavis and Butthead. No, I will not.
Do metal.
I will not say. Do metal.
When can we expect a new album from you guys?
We're kind of trying to block that out right now. It just depends on a couple tour factors and stuff. I think later this year we're really going to focus on Chris already had some songs and ideas and stuff, but I think we're going to try and make that stuff more concrete, and hopefully at the beginning of next year we'll be hitting the studio and doing that. So
Cool. All right, so last time we talked to you guys, you had played Warped Tour 2 years in a row, and you said due to Kevin Lyman etiquette you wouldn't be playing 3 years in a row. Since you took this year off, can we expect you to see you on the tour next year?
I would like to, but who knows, you know.
I've really enjoyed not doing Warped Tour this summer, but at the same time, like, the shows are always so good. Like, I think we work well with the whole Warped Tour crowd nowadays and everything, and I actually think it's more possible than I was expecting at first. But so we might be doing it. It's something Kevin figures out later this year, you know, for 2011.
It's definitely cool that he's bringing in more, you know, Parkway Drive and Namur and Whitechapel and Bring Me the Horizon and bands like that, and really centering it around that kind of stuff more. So, which is kind of cool. It's just
Definitely.
He's always good at adapting to whatever's current. So.
Cool. You guys have any tours after this one coming up that you have in the works?
Really still in the planning stages for a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah, we
Australia.
we have Parkway Drive in Australia, September, October, and we'll be direct support on that tour. It's gonna be insane. The pre-sale numbers are already
Phenomenal.
Yeah, they do extremely well down there, and a few of us got to meet a few of them when we actually spent a day at Warped Tour hanging out a couple weeks ago, and they seem really nice. I've heard the best things about them, and all of us are fans of them musically, which is sweet to be touring with them as well, because you know you don't really want to tour with bands you don't like musically. So it's been awesome to be able to do tours with like Under Oath and Killswitch, because those are the bands we like, you know, and now like Parkway Drive. So, but other than that, that's about the most touring plans we have moving forward.
All right, now I got a question for Mike. Before we get to the silly questions, pictures. You had teeth for a while, and then you missing teeth. What's the full story behind that? We're getting a lot of a lot of inquiries to us to ask you that question.
Andy gives my teeth. He gives me my tooth when I don't know where I was going with that. I
donate my teeth to him whenever he needs them.
Just from time to time, he donates teeth.
They grow back. Regeneration.
Like a shark. Sharks are like that. They have infinite teeth, don't they?
That, I think.
Andy's like a shark in that he gives me a tooth and then he just grows it back.
That's why they call me Fang.
That's why they call him Fang. No, I lost my tooth when I was a little kid, and then it was just this painful procedure of trying to get a new one, and then I got a new one, and then it broke out, and then I had to get another new one, and it takes a long time, and I had a horrible childhood.
Okay, so
in the hood.
In the hood.
How'd you break it?
I got it ripped out actually when I was a young bloke with a basketball net. I was riding my bike under a basketball net, and the net caught my tooth and it ripped out.
Wow. All right.
In the hood.
This was in the hood.
The slums.
So how did your tooth come out the second time?
Punch him.
Punch me. He takes his teeth as he pleases. Oh, you mean my actual real one? The real one was broken out on a microphone at a show,
Okay.
as you'd expect.
All right, now on to the fun questions. What is your guys' craziest tour story you have?
Oh man.
This one time, my tooth got ripped out, and then Amy gave me one, and then
That's
he
right.
regrew it. It was crazy.
That was when he was on tour with his old band when he was 8.
I was 8. We were touring together.
The craziest things. One time when we were in Europe, Ben, our sound guy, who was sitting over there earlier, now is currently over there, jumped into the river outside of a venue for like 20 euros or something.
That's Sweden?
Switzerland, yeah. So.
And that's when Ben Wilcox Stunts was created. The inception of Ben Wilcox Stunts, which he then thinks he can make money by doing stupid things, although he hasn't done anything.
He always tries to offer, give me $100, I'll do it, and then he won't do it. So.
Ben, we're talking about your stunts over here. We're talking about your stunts. Your stunts.
Zurich, jumping in a river.
He says he loves stunts, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. Exactly.
He has a kid to pay for it.
Oh, is that
Another
is that
one on
song
the way.
title? Ben has a kid.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, that's actually about his kid. So.
Oh, okay.
And he's got another one on the way, so
Yeah.
our next record's gonna have a song called "Ben Still Got It,"
Part 2.
Part 3, Part 5.
Part 5.
All right. What's the most trouble you guys have gotten into on tour?
Well,
One time, don't make something up. One time in Albuquerque, we almost got in a fight with some Mexican fellows who didn't like us
New
much
Mexican.
because of we set our garbage outside of our bus, and I mean that very correct, politically correct. We set garbage bags out for the venue to take and put in their dumpsters, and they ended up throwing the garbage bags at our windshield. We almost got in a big fight. Ben Wilcox was there. He wasn't.
threw a trash bag at them because they tried to fight him, and we all jumped in. And
It wasn't much trouble, at least not compared to the murder of '99.
There's Scotland. Was it Scotland?
oh yeah, Scotland when Ben got in a fight outside the
Yep.
bus, and Mike had to
Mike had to
rip
pull
him
him
inside the bus. Ben gets in a lot of fights, actually.
Yeah, Ben should
Kind
just
of a
join the
bro.
band. We just keep talking about him.
We don't really get in that much trouble. One time we moved a
We don't get in
Beetle.
trouble. We just get away with it.
Yeah, we get away with a lot of stuff.
Especially when I
Ben, you're on
murder and
film.
pillage.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your guys' favorite thing to do while traveling when you're on the bus?
Run up and down as fast as we can.
Actually,
Stay balanced.
Andy came up with the idea today that he wants to start a harmonica club where all 12 of us get harmonicas, sit around in a circle, and jam. So
Jam.
And learn how to play them together.
I like the word jam when used with harmonica.
and learn how to play them together.
A nice experience, I think.
He plays video games all day. He is always on his iPad, computer, whatever, running a business. I pretty much edit videos. Dan does like yoga and some other weird stuff. Chris
Sells his
records.
soul.
Chris pretty much spends all of his time taking over our back lounge, recording, tattooing, and just leaving his stuff everywhere.
But once we start the harmonica club, that will be our favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
on the road.
Definitely.
Okay. So since this is the Back to the Roots tour, did you
Yes.
guys consider going back in time and taking a van instead of a big tour bus?
Nope.
Never.
Well, it just wouldn't be practical for us now. We have like a full crew of guys, and our show now goes so smoothly with them that if we really knocked that out of the equation, the tour would be so sloppy, things would be so crappy, we wouldn't sound good, we wouldn't be able to get things done the way we need to now. So
Plus,
just be stupid.
I don't want to sleep beside either of them anymore, so.
Yeah, if we would have had to do it in the van, we just would have broken up.
And also, Mike has 5 DUIs, so he can't drive anymore. He was a primary driver.
Well,
so.
6 now, but
Well, one of us pending. So.
What program do you guys use to record?
We use Logic to do all pre-production, click tracks, all that kind of stuff. We use Logic for. And then we actually did a record in Pro Tools, but then it kind of crapped out halfway through the process because it couldn't handle virtual instruments very well when we got to the keyboards. So we reconverted everything back to Nuendo, I think, Cubase or Nuendo, one of those, and did the rest of it in there. That's what Joey, the guy we record with, uses. So we ended up having to reconvert everything back to Nuendo and load that back into there and finish the record in that. So.
Okay, so what's your guys' favorite tour food?
Tour food, they like the vegetarian microwave things.
As far as eating out, we are
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, we're Chipotle, PF Chang's, Cheesecake Factory, and
Starbucks every morning.
Yeah, Starbucks in the morning. Anything corporate. Actually, no, not anything corporate. I've become pretty picky nowadays, but you know, Chipotle is our primary band.
Yeah,
For sure.
Or band. Chipotle
band
is
brand.
They are our band.
It's a
now.
big band brand.
It's a
All right, so before we get out of here, anything you guys want to say to your fans?
Look out for that harmonica EP coming.
I only respond to Fang from now on.
or the cowboy.
Cowboy.
The cowboy.
Well, it's just cowboy, not the cowboy.
Either or.
Also, you can see all of our news updates on CNN when we sue Christopher Nolan for stealing Inception.
We have video proof. I learned how to use Photoshop, and I changed the ticker at the bottom so it says we came up with this 3 years ago. So
Trademark office.
we're
They
coming.
stole it.
Bat boy, what you gonna do?
All right, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate
You're
it.
very welcome. Thank you. Hi, I'm Jeremy,
I'm Andy.
And I am Mike.
and we're the Devil Wears Prada.
And
I knew you could do it.
You couldn't do
I
it.
can't do it.
Hi, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike from the Devil Wears No.
This is the one. I feel it this time.
Wait, I'm starting. We're going to do it.
This way.
Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Jeremy.
And we're the Devil Wears Prada.
And BVTV rocks.
That was the best.